Hello, in this video we're going to finish up lesson 4, editing features and commonality, and we're going to just finish with how to break commonality. So far everything we've done in this lesson has been building commonality, technically. We have regen units that we built from land class units. Those land class units are in perfect commonality with the regen units, and the road unit, or the road shape that we built, is also in common, which means that we can move everything together and keep everything together. So in this video, I just want to show how to break commonality. Edit geographic vertex move. So, pop quiz, what do we have in common down here? To illustrate this, I'm actually going to show edit history. I'm going to snap this dockable window right in here. And what do we have here? We have a land class right here. I'm going to go out of edit mode so I can just show you this. We have a land class here. We have a land class here. We have a regen unit here. No regen unit here. So that's one. This regen unit is in common with this land class and this land class and this road. So if I edit this regen unit and I move this vertice, you can see what I just did is I moved the regen vertice, I moved a land class vertice, which would probably be this land class, and I moved another land class vertice, which would have been this land class to the south, and I moved a road vertice. So there's a lot of things going on there, a lot of things that are in common. In a gold geo, we would potentially have at least one more layer in common, and it's possible to have quite a few more even. So it's always important to keep in mind what is in common and what's not in common. And I am going to hold shift now to break commonality. You hold shift. I'm editing the regen feature, so if I hold shift and move this vertice, we're only going to move that regen vertice. So holding shift, click, move, and you can see what got added on here was just the regen. Okay, so I'm going to control Z. I'm going to undo everything that we've done so far, and the edit history is now going to be blank. So again, control Z. You should have seen that in the video for editing, but let's just hold shift again. Let's move this one. Oops, I clicked twice, I think. Go back. Control Z and shift, click. So one moved. Let's save. Okay, so now let's check what happened. We broke the commonality. So now I have a land class that's tied to that road and a land class that's tied to that road, but regen is no longer tight to this vertice on this road. So there's several different situations where you may need to break commonality as you go through and update units or roads. They may or may not be touching potentially a stream unit, or not unit, I'm sorry, a stream polyline where two features are touching and something's changed on the landscape. You need to move the road, but you don't need to move some other feature that's in contact with it. So not the best example here, but I did want to just show you that if you hold shift, that's going to only move the vertice or add to the vertice for the shape you have in edit mode. Okay, we'll be working with breaking commonality more as we go on, so if you want to spend the next 5 minutes going through and breaking commonality with shift and then maybe repairing it, putting it back together by grabbing, it's a good thing to practice. Let's also just show real quick. I can add. So we just moved. So if I want to add and I hold shift, same concept. It almost doesn't really need to be illustrated, but just one more thing to practice with as well. So now you can see I've got land class here, land class here, no longer in common. So go ahead and mess around with it, break commonality, try to repair the mistakes that you've made. So this no longer looks good. I'm going to go edit geographic vertex delete, and I'll just delete these back and then save. Okay, yeah, so play for 5 minutes, see if you can break some commonality, maybe play with the roads, and then put everything back together.